bend in the rod.
Let's reel up here so I can give you some help. Time.
Well, this is a nice walleye.
Another nice fish.
Nice walleye.
Look at that. I tell you what.
Huh?
There's lots of people that have fished their whole life, Dan, and have never caught a walleye that nice.
I know.
And here you got two in that caliber, and you haven't been fishing 5 minutes.
You know, and they're just pounding it. Absolutely pounding it. You know, that is an awesome, awesome fish. One thing that I appreciate, I mean, one of the reasons I really come up here, is that when you look around this lake, and this is a big body of water. You know, number one, we can, if we want to find a new spot, fresh fish, whatever, with the equipment you've got, I mean, that Lowrance is exceptional, obviously. But I mean, we find the humps, 25, 30 feet, and there seems to be fish on all of them. It's incredible.
Especially this time of year, you know, when you come up here, August is not a popular time to fish Canada, but when you come up here in August, the fish are going to be deep and they're going to be concentrated on these mid-lake structures. And so you can get into large numbers of fish. And even though there's other fishermen on this lake, I mean, you know, we're going to see other boats today. I guarantee you, where we're going to fish today, there won't be anybody else fishing.
Exactly.
It's not like we're going to be sitting there in a crowd of 10 boats.
It is.
And,
that's the cool part.
We're going to have it all to ourselves.
You just don't see anybody.
I mean, if you want community fish, I can take you to some spots here. They're, you know, right next to the camp where everybody goes to get their shore lunch fish.
Yeah.
But if you want the wilderness experience, and that's what I prefer,
Yeah.
you know, I'll show you some spots that nobody else is going to fish.
Yeah. It's just you listen to the loons and the other wildlife that's around, and it's kind of cool, you know.
So you've got a combination here. You've got, not only do you have the ability to find the wilderness that you're looking for, but you got this wonderful lodge. You got Wi-Fi. I mean, watching you keep going back and checking your email and checking work, right?
Just making sure everything's good at home, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
You know how those Okuma boys are. You got to make sure they're all happy. You know, this R&D out here is tough stuff. They, you know, they want a daily report, you know. So I can tell you what, the rods we're using are awesome. You know,
no question about that.
You know, it's the first time that I've used one of the two-piece in the. It's a 7-foot medium action. I'll tell you what, I think it's a perfect jig rod.
Well, it's a perfect fly-in rod because, you know, getting all this stuff in an airplane is never easy, and a two-piece rod travels way better than a one-piece rod.
So that was the thought on a two-piece rod, was for the Canadian market. And it's amazing how many guys come out of Michigan, Wisconsin, whatever, that come up here. I mean, it's just something you got to have.
The old days, two-piece rods were clumsy.
Yeah.
And I'd be the first to admit that. But nowadays, with graphite technology and the ferrules that they're using these days, a two-piece rod, you cannot discern it from a one-piece rod.
It's like
the action's the same.
It's like a single unit. You bet. I mean,
but the beauty of being able to break that rod down and slip it in a smaller rod tube that's easier to transport in an airplane, there's a lot of value.
Well, you get right back.
Double header.
You know, you get right back up on that structure, right where we're supposed to be.
And it's the difference between catching a couple of walleyes or having double headers now. Look at this. We got these two taking them up here together. Look at that. Now they separated. I'm gonna let you do a double scoopy if you want.
Okay.
Mine's only a second behind it. There's no reason why we can't take them both at the same time.
Pretty cool.
There's one, there's two. That's the man, all right,
Double
Mr.
header.
LaFond.
We like that, huh?
That's what we come up here for.
Nice fish.
Look at that.